Hello everyone, welcome to the Snuggly Monkey weekly live session here on Instagram. My name is Claudia. I'm the owner of Snuggly Monkey, in case we haven't had a chance to meet yet or you're watching the replay on YouTube and you're wondering who this person talking here all the time is. I try to jump onto Instagram Live every week to connect with you guys, let you know, hi Wendy, let you know things that are going on in the shop, and then each week is either an unboxing, which is what today is going to be, or a what's new session where I give you a closer look at some of the new stuff that's arrived. Sometimes it's a mix of the two. Today's going to be a little bit of a mix of the two because there's a whole bunch of new stuff in all these boxes. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining in a lunchtime chat here today. So there is a ton here to open. As I've mentioned previously, this is the time of year where I'm starting to get ready for the fall and the holidays. Hey Samantha, thanks for joining. So there is a lot of stuff coming in. I'm adding a lot of new stuff. There was somebody that came in for a shopping appointment this morning, and she had been here a couple weeks ago. And she was commenting, she was like, oh my God, you have so much new stuff in just a couple of weeks. And then I was showing her all the boxes that are here to open, and she was like, where are you going to put all that stuff? But I'm the master of Tetris organization, so we've got plenty of space to put all these goodies. Let's see, some updates of things that are coming up. We have the next open studio is August 13th. Those are the days where we are open to the public, and you're welcome to come in and shop in person without an appointment. We're open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so that is the next, like I said, is Saturday, August 13th. Those happen once a month for most of the year, starting probably in November, late October, maybe. We will add more. There'll be more. It'll probably around November. It ends up becoming almost every week that we're open on a Saturday. But for the rest of the year, it's about once a month. So come in if you're around. Join us on August 13th. We'd love to see you. And then there is going to be a shipping break from August 16th to the 23rd. We're taking a little bit of summer break, so the shop will remain open. You'll be able to place orders. Hey, Wilmington, how you doing? But we won't be shipping during that time because we're going to take a little break before we jump back into the school year, which it feels crazy to say that we're already at the point of thinking about the new school year. Feels like summer just started. But there you go. So those are a couple things that are coming up. So let's go ahead and dive into opening up some of these boxes. I did things a little bit differently today. I actually went through and I have pre-opened all the boxes so that we can go a little faster, and I pulled out a lot of the packing materials so that hopefully it's less crinkly in your ears. All right, so this first box is something brand new, a whole new supplier that I've never worked with before, but I'm super excited to be working with. Her company name is called Sarah Hearts, and she does these adorable woven labels. Look at this. So this is a woven label set. It's like the best friend charms from when we were kids. So you've got 8 labels, woven labels in here, 4 of each side of the heart. So if you make things for your friends, how adorable would this be? So you put one on yours and you put one on your friends, and you've got little bestie tags. So those are super cute. But Sarah had some really different designs that I haven't seen before in woven labels. So I was really excited to add her stuff. And these are actually up on the website already. I'm super proud of myself because I'm ahead of the game today. So these are actually up there for sale. You can find them. Just type in Sarah Hearts and you'll see all of her designs. This one is called Made Under Moonlight for those nighttime stitchers out there. Sarah is a Latina like me, and so what I really appreciate is that she actually has some labels in Spanish. So this one says Hecho por Abuela, so made by Grandma. She's got Hecho por Mamá, made by Mom. And then she has a Dad Made It label, which I thought was fantastic because I actually have never seen a label for dads. And I know that there are plenty of dads out there that sew and create and make things. So I love that there is a woven label for them as well. This one says made during nap time. And I know when my kids were little, that was definitely my main sewing time. Made with joy. Thanks, I made it in this cute pink. And then she's got these really fun, like gold metallic labels made by me and stitched with love. So you've got a whole bunch of brand new woven labels. Like I said, you'll see these already up on the site. The maker is Sarah Hartz, if you want to take a closer look at those. All right, so here we've got a restock of something that hasn't been around for a while, and I am excited to be able to get them back. These are the soapstone pin bowls that are made in Kenya. Because these are made by artisans in Kenya, the availability of them fluctuates a lot throughout the year. And so I was able to get a really good restock of the pin bowls. This is the cat head pin bowl, which I think it's been way over a year since I've been able to get these. So these little soapstone bowls, they are hand carved. They have a decent weight to them. They work really, really well as pin bowls. I keep one on my sofa arm, and I tend to put my thread ends in there. I've seen lots of people fill these with M&Ms and Skittles and jelly beans and keep these near their sewing machine. So there's lots of different designs. There are the bowls, and there's a couple more of those in the other box that I'll show you. And then there's also these flatter pin bowls that are a little shallower. Again, work really nicely to keep your pins organized. If you pin while you sew and you need a place to put them, or your clover clips while you're sewing, these are really, really cute. So there's several different designs. Like I said, these have been available in the shop before, but haven't been in quite a while. So you'll actually see several old designs that I kind of took away for a little while because I wasn't able to get them, but now they're back. So these are some more. These are the double-sided pin bowls, the ones that have the designs both on the outside and on the inside. They're super colorful. So they've got yellow, and you've got the little stem pattern on the outside, and then there's a carved leaf pattern on the inside. These are all hand carved. They're hand stained. These are soapstone, so sometimes, particularly with the yellow or the lighter colors, you will see kind of the vein of the stone beneath the stain. Sometimes you see it a little bit on the inside of the red. So that's just part of the natural character of these bowls. So lots of these. We've got the red, the blue, the yellow. I think there's orange in here as well. So if you're a fan of these bowls, they make really, really lovely holiday gifts. Parts of the set. You can pair them up with some pins, some of the new candy that just arrived, all sorts of things. All right, next up we have a box from Olympus. So we've got a restock of a lot of the zipper pulls. If you haven't seen these are little faux leather charms that you can add on to the ends of your zippers if you make bags. If you can put them onto your existing bags as well. They have the little jump ring, so really you can attach them to just about anything. You can even put them on an embroidery hoop on the little screw on the top. You could put one on there for a cute little decoration. So we've got the mushroom is back. There's a little Scotty dog. There's a thread spool there. I have, I think, like 12 different designs. Some of the faux wood hoops are back. And some exciting news of something that's coming. I was able to get an account with Nurj, which is a embroidery hoop maker based in Turkey. And so I'm going to be getting a lot more of their hoops. They've got some really different hoops. They've got square embroidery hoops that have the interlocking system that I like so much. Mushrooms, did you want to see the mushrooms? But the exciting thing is that Nurj also makes these flexi hoop. The Olympus ones only go up to the 6-inch round size, but Nurj makes them up to 10 inches. So I was able to get them in the larger sizes. So keep an eye out. That is going to be coming soon. Whenever there is the mushroom one for whoever was asking, in case you want to take a closer look at that. All right, so we've got that. We have Sashiko thread. We've got lots and lots of restock of Sashiko kits and samplers in here. there are a lot of the Kuguri Sashi samplers is what I'm seeing back here because those have been running low. And then we've got more samplers, lots and lots of samplers. The, do you have one of the square hoops or a picture of one? I don't have them yet. Like I said, they're on order. They need to be shipped over here from overseas. They're made in Turkey, but the distributor that I'm working with is actually in England, I think. That's falling. So as soon as I can get a picture of them, I will definitely share that. But they're very cool. They're not like the other square hoops that look more like a squircle because they're kind of square-ish but still rounded. These are more of a true square, and they're made of plastic, but they have, like I said, that interlocking inner and outer ring system that I like so much because it holds the tension really well. So that's what the square hoops that are coming will have. So we will see those hopefully within the next couple of weeks. You know, overseas shipments, it's always up in the air as to how long it takes to get here. As you'll see, there are about 4 boxes from overseas that are behind me and that all happen to clear customs and get through. Sure. Nurge, N-U-R-G-E. So they are, that I know of, there are only a handful of embroidery hoop makers that make hoops anymore outside of China. Nurge is one of them, Hardwick Manor is another, and Q-Snaps. Q-Snaps are still made in the US, but pretty much everything else that I know of is made in China. So I'm excited to, and I've heard great things about Nurge hoops, so I'm really excited to be able to stock those very soon. So here we've got a box from Modern Hoopla. Speaking of hoops, these are her hoop frames, the 6-inch hoop frames. These are the dark walnut stain and the natural wooden stain. These are fantastic for displaying your hoops once they're done. I should have grabbed one of mine to demonstrate for you. But what's so great about these is that you actually keep them in your hoop. They work really well with the F.A. Edmonds, the standard one, not the hardwood beech. Those are too thick, they don't fit in here. But I think I call them like the premium quality ones. Those fit in here beautifully. And then inside of this little piece of paper, Kate has put little pieces of cardstock that you kind of fold and wedge in to get your hoop to stay in place so it doesn't fall out. And then it gives you a really nice display for your hoops. Again, really nice holiday gift. What's so cool is that they're not permanent, so you can always change these out. So if this is something that you want to display in your house, you want to keep changing the hoop seasonally, or when you finish a new one, whatever, these are really cool because you can do that with them. So that's what's in here. And then a nice good restock of the hoop props, which I know several of you, I get a weekly report so that I can see when you guys click on the notify me when it's available button, so that I can see how many people are waiting for what item. And I know several of folks were waiting for this one. So they're back. They'll be back in the shop online this afternoon, so you'll see those very soon. If this is your first time joining me for one of these unboxings, I open up all the boxes, and then once I'm done here, I jump onto the computer and start logging all this into my inventory system. So it takes usually about an hour or so after this live session is done for you to see all of this stuff up on the website. So if you're watching this later on, it's probably already there. All right, we've got a box from Sublime Stitching here. Restock of several of her floss sets that we were kind of running low on. Laurel Canyon, Parlor is in here, Frosting, which is her pastel set, Portrait is in here. In each of these sets you get 7 skeins of Sublime Stitching floss in pre-coordinated sets that Jenny has put together. I also have a restock of the fine tip transfer pens in everything except black. Because if you are a newsletter subscriber of Jenny's, and if you're not, I highly recommend it. She's got a great newsletter. She was talking recently that her box of black transfer pens got lost in shipment. I believe they were able to find it in the end, but her stock of black is super duper low. So it's going to be a few weeks more before she can get the black pens back out to all of her suppliers. But I do have all the other colors in here, and a good alternate to the black is the blue. It's really similar, also provides a really nice, very easy to see dark line. Obviously just not as dark as the black, but the blue is a great alternative until the black is back in stock. We've got her, and then these are her regular. All right, says I lost connection there for a second. These come on a really adorable little magnet. Let me open one up so you can see. So Jenny repackaged these, and each magnet has a different design. You can see all the designs on the front, and then this is actually a magnetic card, so your needles stick to this card. They fit in the sleeve so that you can keep your needles nice and organized. So those are, and like I said, these are called the 4 big sharp embroidery needles. So these have really large eyes to them, a really sharp tip, have a decent body shaft. So these are great if you like to embroider on denim jackets, shoes, anything with that's like slightly thicker, and that you're going to be using thicker threads for. These needles are fantastic for that. All right, let's see what else is in this box of goodies. We have some more floss sets. This is Flower Box. And this is something I really appreciate about Jenny, is that she's also as concerned about trying to reduce the amount of plastic in her packaging, which I really, really appreciate, because I'm trying to do the same thing. So whenever she can, she kind of tries to wrap with paper instead of plastic. So we've got a restock of her woven labels that say "This took forever," and I believe there are some scissors down here. So the Art Nouveau scissors are in here. These come with these come together with the scissor cover. Yeah, so that's what is in here, is a good restock of a lot of the Sublime Stitching goodies that we have been out of stock on for a little bit. All right. So from Israel, we've got a box of Tamar Yanai's embroidery kits that are several of the designs that have been out of stock are in this box, including this very popular Magical Autumn kit, in case you're like me, done with summer and ready to start thinking about cooler temperatures. This one is a favorite. It does fit inside of the large oval Olympus hoop. I think it's the 7-inch size will fit this. So all of Tamar's kits, just as a reminder, they do not come with embroidery hoops. They're flat packed, so you do need to add an embroidery hoop if you're purchasing one of her kits and you don't have one. Something that I did want to note, because someone recently left a review saying that she was disappointed with Tamar's kits because Tamar uses tape to keep all these pieces together. So as you can imagine, trying to figure out how to ship stuff across the ocean is really tough, so that your things don't get all messed up and jumbled. So Tamar does use tape to hold down. There's a little piece of tape right here to hold down her floss card, and she does have a little piece of tape on the back of the floss card to hold your thread ends together. I've stitched several of Tamar's kits. I've never had a problem with any of that residue going onto my threads. They've stitched beautifully. But if you do not like tape, be aware that she does use tape to kind of hold everything in place so that it doesn't get messed up while shipping, which is the things that you got to do, right? But yeah, so you get her sampler, the needle, all the threads, and then a stitching guide. I am not allowed to show you these yet, but I will give you a sneak peek at some of the color combinations. So Tamar is coming out with, actually there's one in there, that is it, with 3 new fall designs. She's releasing them later on this month, and she made them available to her, I've never had a problem with her kits. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I know that some people, if you've never seen her kits before, you might not be expecting that, and I just wanted to put it out there so that you give them a try, because they're great kits. So these are Tamar's new fall designs. She's going to be releasing them, I was told, later on this month. So she's asked us to not show them yet, but she did make them available to all of us so that as soon as she does release them, they're here and they're ready to ship, and we won't have to wait for me to order them, for her to ship them over here to me, and then get them out. So as soon as we get the go-ahead from Tamar and she says that we can show you, we will. But they are, I'm a huge fan. Fall colors are my favorite. Fall designs I love. So these are really, really cute. I think you guys are gonna like them a lot. So, but you can see from the colors, the color palette that she's using, they're great. So those will be released soon. I'm hoping, like she said, that I think she said she was going to do it like mid-August or so. Oh, and speaking of autumn, but the autumn fox, which was really popular and has been out of stock for a while, that's in this kit. In this box as well. So lots of goodness from Tamar is in here. Lost my box. All right. And now we head over to Australia. And this box is from Cottage Garden Threads, which we all love. And so it is a combination in here of restocking several of the colors that have been out of stock for a while. Most of these I think are pearl cotton. Here's an example of La Ciel. There's Foxtrot and Delta. So there's lots of restocks of the threads that have been out of stock for a while. But there's also in here, Cottage Garden just released a new range of colors. They have these ranges that include 28 colors, and this one is called Feathers and Petal, and it's here. So I will need to, these are not up on the website yet. I need to photograph all of these in order to get them up, but if you'd like a sneak peek at some of the new colors, there you've got Poinsettia. This is called Bottle Brush. You've got Ginger Lily. Oh, this one's pretty. This is called Lovebirds. So 28 brand new colors. This is all the size 8 pearl. I got the pearl cotton collection instead of the stranded floss collection this time, because you all seem to enjoy the pearl cotton a little bit more than the stranded floss. Here is King Parrot. So 28 new colors from their brand new range. I love the Cottage Garden Threads. I'm using some now on my drop cloth ice cream sampler. That is a perfect sampler to use these threads. I think all these threads work really well with all of Rebecca's samplers because her samplers really encourage the use of color, and the Cottage Garden colors are so beautiful. So I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it. And the other exciting thing that's in this box is the hair thread keepers. So these are little rabbits that are used, they're wood, and so you can keep your threads safe on them. These are very popular. They sold out months ago and I haven't been able to get them for a while. So there's a nice good restock of those in here as well. All right. And still from Australia, we've got a restock of BeBe Bold in here as well. This is actually the rest of the order. Sometimes my boxes from overseas will get separated in transit, and that's what happened here. So this is the rest of my previous order. This is the newest sashiko thread that I have now. This is called Coron. This is the thickest of the sashiko threads that are around. It is made of 6 plies of cotton, but it's still one-stranded. They're twisted together, so you're not meant to divide it down like embroidery floss. But the twist that they use is actually slightly looser than all the other brands like Olympus and Cosmo, Daruma. So it produces a fluffier stitch. And then as you wash it, it actually kind of integrates into the fabric a little bit better. So this Coton produces really nice, big, fluffy stitches. Since it's non-mercerized, it doesn't have a sheen to it, and it has as you stitch with it, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say that sticky is not the right word, but it kind of it grips your fabric, so it makes it a little bit easier to keep your stitches nice and flat as you're stitching. So if you haven't tried this, you might want to give it a try, see how you like it. It also, you get quite a bit on here. It's 145 meters of thread is in each one of these packages. So that's in here. The Christmas tree samplers are back. That's what's in here. And then we've got some of the blue and white Sashiko drawstring bag patterns. I know lots and lots of folks are waiting on this one. And then there's a couple of new patterns. These are not up on the site yet, but I'll try to get them up this afternoon. Here's a new one. It's called the Zippy Purse, and also uses the Boro style of stitching. And there is another rice pouch. This one is called the Reversible Boro Box Bag. So a rice pouch style bag, but shows you how to make it so that it is reversible, and you can use Boro techniques to make your exterior. Speaking of these kinds of bags, in here there's also a restock of the waxed cotton thread. I got some of what I've had before is the 3mm, and I think this is the slightly thicker 5mm. Both sizes work with the Koki clips that I have here in stock, but if you wanted a slightly thicker thread that kind of fills out the Koki clip a little bit more, then the 5mm might be up your alley. So that's what is in here, is lots and lots and lots of threads, some patterns, some samplers, and I think there's actually one more box from them floating out in the ocean somewhere. So hopefully it will make its way here in the not too distant future. All right. And we have made it to the final box, I believe. And here we've got a couple different things. I was able to get some more of the Cosmo size 5 pearl cotton. So this is a thicker pearl cotton thread. It comes in 24 different colors, 12 solids, 12 variegateds. It is a little hard to come by sometimes, so it's something that I try to keep in stock all the time, but isn't always possible. I was able to restock all the colors that were out of stock, so the full sets will be back, as well as all of the individual colors that have been out of stock for a while. We've got some new friction pens in here. So these are the Friction color sticks. Friction, or at least my distributor of Friction, is no longer carrying the extra fine point Friction pens. So these were suggested as a replacement. And they're not, I opened one up and I kind of played with it a little bit. They're not as fine point as the extra fine point ones were, but they do have they've got a pretty good fine point to them. If you haven't worked with Friction pens before, they were created for paper as erasable pens. So this little eraser on the cap, you write with it and it will erase your pen marks. But it works because this is creating friction, hence the Friction name, and creating heat. That's how the ink gets erased. With an iron, the markings of these pens will also disappear. So lots of folks use them on fabric for a whole range of things, from marking quilts to embroidery designs, marking sashiko patterns, all sorts of things. There is debate amongst fabric people whether you should be using Friction pens or not, because there is the possibility that the marks will reappear in very cold temperatures. But I use them with whenever I'm tracing embroidery patterns or sashiko patterns, because I've never had the lines reappear, but I know several folks that have. So the lines reappearing has never been an issue for me, but more importantly, all the designs that I am drawing out with these are going to be covered with thread, so you're not going to see the lines anyway. So I actually find these pens to be some of the easiest ways to transfer patterns and to use stencils with these pens, because they can get into the stencil grooves really easily, and they're just really easy to use. So that's what's in here, is several new color options in these color stick friction pens. I do still have the bold point and the fine liners. Those are still here. It's just the extra fine point ones that I think I've got a handful of red ones left, and I can't get any more. So that's what's there. We've got lots of Cosmo floss as always, which is both restocking some of the thread sets and finishing out the rest of the walking home kits that were on pre-order. We've got a restock of some of these cute little rabbit scissors. Let's see. We've got some Amodex, the stain cleaner. That's what's in these boxes. What else is in here? I think that's it. I've got lots and lots of Cosmo in here. Some applique pins from Clover are in here. Just kind of an assortment of things. Side note, applique pins are really, really helpful if you're mounting. So one of the things that I do with my Sashiko samplers is I mount them onto foam board that you can pick up at your local, art supply shop, whatever, Michael's, and the 1/4 inch one. And so I will take my Sashiko samplers, I'll stretch it around that, and I look for 12 by 12 inch frames, which you can find in all sorts of places. You can find those frames usually all over the place. Anyway, so I cut a piece of foam board that fits inside of that frame, stretch out my Sashiko sampler around it, and then I use applique pins to secure my Sashiko sampler onto the foam board so that it stays nice and tight and will fit into the frame. So that's one of the ways that I use applique pins. All right, so I think that's everything. Like I said, lots and lots of fun stuff. There are more boxes, more new stuff that is arriving. I am trying to, if you take a look on the website in the sneak peek section, thank you for another awesome unboxing, Miss Claudia. I look forward to seeing all the new treats every week. Thank you so much, Muffy. You're so sweet. I'm really glad that you enjoy these. These are fun to do. It's fun. I love opening boxes. Somebody commented on the post earlier today saying that it's like Christmas, and that's what it feels like when I open all these boxes. It's so much fun. So it's really fun to be able to share it with you all, and I'm glad that you all enjoy watching it as well. So yes, more new stuff on the way. I have figured out a way to upload things faster onto the website, which I'm playing with right now. So if you take a look at the sneak peek section, you'll actually get a look at some of the new stuff that's on its way, that we're excited about. And yeah, I think that's it. So like I said, next Open Studio is next week, Saturday, August 13th from 10 to 5. We will be here, and yeah, and I'll see you all again next week, either with another unboxing, or we'll do a what's new, and we'll take a look at some of this new stuff. Love these unboxings, first that I've caught in a while. Yay, thanks, Georgette. I'm so glad you were able to catch it, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, friends, have a wonderful, wonderful, oh, wait, there is one more thing. Sorry, the walking home embroidery kits. They sold out really fast, and I'm so glad that you all like them and that you're enjoying these limited edition kits. It is a delight to stitch, but I know that several folks were disappointed that they sold out so fast. I don't have any more because, like I said, I just have that limited commercial license, so I can't print anymore, but we are going to have extra floss cards and full floss sets once we finish packing up all the pre-ordered ones. And Sarah Beth has agreed to allow me to sell the PDF version of the pattern. So by the end of this week, you will see the walking home PDF pattern on the website. And then I'm also going to put all of the extra floss cards and full floss sets up. So you can kind of put together your own kit. I know that it's a pretty intricate pattern, and so tracing it or copying it onto fabric might seem intimidating. So one of the easiest things you can do is to get a pack of sticky Fabri-Solvi and just print it out on your computer. It works on inkjet or laser, and then you just take the pattern and you stick it onto your hoop and start stitching. So that might be an easy way to, if you weren't able to get a kit, you do have the opportunity to hopefully get at least the pieces of it so that you can stitch the pattern as well, because it's a lot of fun. Do you know when you may get more ever sewn hoops? I do not, Wendy. I wish that I did. I have them on order. I've had them on order for months, and no indication as to when they might be back, unfortunately. So fingers crossed that it will hopefully be soon, but they have not told me when they will be back in stock, unfortunately. So as soon as I know, I will let you guys know for sure. At the beach, and it's super fun watching the unboxing by the ocean. Nice. I wish I was by the beach. Enjoy your time there. That sounds wonderful. All right, folks. Okay, for real, that was it. I don't think I have any other announcements for now. So have a wonderful week. Enjoy the beach. Enjoy wherever you are. And I will talk to you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.